Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss about how to display the measure values in desired format. In my situation, my case, my client asked me to provide an option where he can convert his measures, the selected measures, to million and non-million format. So only for the revenue measures he want to convert. For the units and quantity columns, he don't want to apply any conversion either in the million format or non-million format. It's always should display in the non-million format. His requirement is mainly on focusing on revenue columns where he want to display in million and non-million format. You can achieve this scenario using the two methods. One is the calculation group, creating the calculation group. The other one is the calculated table, creating the calculated table, or you can call it like you know one dummy dimension in the cube. By using these two methods, we are going to achieve this scenario in the tabular cube. Right? Let's get into the details. How to create the calculation groups that I explained in the class 21. You can have a look at this video. So I explained what are the different ways or different calculation that we can create in the calculation group and fulfill our requirement. So now I'll quickly go and capture the so quickly create one calculation group and to explain how we can convert the million and non-million format. For demo purpose, I'm using the one of the Adventures Works tabular cube model, where you can see here there are limited tables and one fact table. And here, for our testing purpose, I have created two separate measure. Okay, so one is the derived internet total sales. On top of the internet total sales, you can see here the formula in the top, and also same thing I created for the derived internet total units. This is also just populating from the existed measure. Now I'm going to create the calculation group within this solution, right? So before we go into create the calculation groups, generally the calculation groups, if you are using the SQL Server 2019 or 22, by default it will display. But if your version is 2016 or older, this calculation groups won't appear. So what you need to do in case if you don't see the, if you installed the 2019 or 22 version of the SQL in your local and you're not able to see this calculation groups tab, you need to enable it. How you can do it? Go to the Solution Explorer, right click on Model Properties, and here you will see the compatibility level. So there you can change this from 2016 to either 2019 or 22. So once you change this compatibility level version, then automatically the model will get reloaded and you will see the calculation groups tab in the top. Right. So now how we are going to create the calculation groups? Now right click on the calculation group, click on new calculation group, and then there will be a calculation group get created. You can give a name of the calculation group. So you can name it here under the properties. I'll say in million format, in million. Okay. And then I just confirm. And then here I give my column name. So the column name also I'll give in million. Okay, it's not like that you need to maintain the same name everywhere. You can give any name. In my scenario, I'm just giving the, just in million as my column name. Okay, so now here, so you can see here under this column, right? This is where we'll define our formula. So for that, what I'll do, I'll say million format, right? And then expression. Under the expression, I'll go ahead and click the expression. Expression is open, right? Okay. Calculate, divide, right? And then selected measure, comma. I want to divide it with 6, million, right? So we'll have 1 and 6 zeros, right? So my expression is ready. I just confirm my expression and then close this window. Now you can see the expression here in this window. This is the expression I wrote under the expression calculate, divide, and selected measure, and then division with 1 million. Right now, so I'm done with my calculation group. Now, to reflect these changes, what I'll do simply, I will go ahead and deploy my solution. Now I'm right now the solution is deployed. You can see here the deployment results, and these two measures got created in the in SSMS. Let's go ahead and see in the SSMS, and we'll browse in the Excel to see the new calculation groups that we created. So now I connected to the SSMS. Don't worry about it. This is the AWDW, the 2016 version. Now I deployed under the new name, right? So this is our AWDW2 is our new cube that we deployed with calculation groups. Now you can see here the calculation groups that we created, right? It will appear like a one dimension in the cube when you browse it. Under that, you will have your created column. So now if you click on reconnect, then it will show properly, right? So an error entered retrieving this. Don't worry about it. Let's check in the Excel file how it can help you to browse the data. So now here, I just refreshed all. So you can see my in million, the calculation group that we created, right? So now if I drag this to here under the in million, now you can see here the total sales, it's showing in the million format, right? So everything is converted to the million format, including the units. But my requirement is only my total sales should be converted into million format. When I drag the in million, my unit should be remaining same, right? So that is my requirement. So in this situation, my calculation groups are not helping much, right? So the calculation group method is failed. So now I'm going to work on the second method, which is the calculated table, and which is called the hard-coded dimension within the cube. Now let's see how we can do that calculated table or cube dimension. To create a calculation table within the cube, so you need to go to the tables tab, and here right click on tables, new calculated table. When you click on it, it will open the so the table that you want to give it. So what I could do, I'll say show in million. That is my calculated table name, right? So now here, if I go here, so it's certain renamed, and let me go to the properties. Let me close here. Right. So sorry. Here, what I need to do, I will use this as the formula, right? So I'm going to create calculation in million, and here, what I'll do, I'll write a simple formula using the row function. Using the row function. So my name of this is show in million, right? And then I want to put it like a yes or no flag, right? So the user should be in having the capability of choosing the option. It should work like a dimension attribute, where when the user select show in million yes, the value of the measures, the revenue value measure should be changed to million format. Otherwise, when you select no, it should be show as a normal dollar format, right? So now here, so I press enter. Okay, so I created only S flag. Now I need to create the no flag too. So you can see here it's only created S flag. Now I also need to create the no flag. For this, I need to use the union. So just union the club the two values, right? So this time I'll change the here to no. So now I got my two hard-coded value S or no flag, and this is the dimension I'm going to use it in my Excel as a browser, okay, under the browser. Now, so is it completed the activity? No. So there is still we need to do a few little bit, okay. So now I'm going to create one more measure, hard-coded measure called million parameter, okay. So here I assign the value, hard-coded value, right? So here I need to write the statement. If my selected value, right, so selected value show in million, equals to yes, right? Showing if it is a yes, use the 1 million format. I mean, do the division with 1 million. Else, use the 1. Right? So, did I close all the brackets correctly? Right? So, there is a bracket should be closed here. That's it. Okay. So now this is how we created the measure. Now let's go and refresh the Excel file, right, and play with that particular measure. So now I just refresh my Excel file, and here you see there is a new dimension got created. Right? Oh, sorry, I didn't deploy the. I just saved the changes, but I didn't deploy it. Right now, let me deploy the changes. Deploy. Okay, so I just deploy the solution. Now the solution is deployed, and then since we did the calculation update, right? So what you need to do, you simply need to process the database. Since it's only calculation update, you just click on the process recalc. That's all. So you don't need to process the data. Instead of that, you can select the process recalculation. So your newly created calculations will be appearing in here. So where is my dimension? Right. So it's in here. Okay. So here is my show in million. Now I drag this dimension value into filters. Now where is my newly created measure? Million parameter. Now I put the million parameter here. I remove my calculation group. So remember that now we are working only on the second option, right? So now you can see here, right? So it's showing the million parameter, right? So now I will choose the data which we have. Okay. So 2011, 12, 13. Right? Yeah. So now it's showing the 1. When I don't select anything, it's showing the 1. When I select the yes, it will show the million value. When I change again back to the no, it will show in the 1. Now, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to derive this calculation just to do with the division of my million parameter. That's all. So now I want to do only for the sales measure, right? Only the dollar measures. In my scenario, I have only one. But in your scenario, if you have all revenue measures, you can do division with million parameter. For the quantity units measures, you don't need to do the division of the million parameter. Now I did my changes. Let me deploy. So deploying, deployed. My solution is deployed, and I need to recalculate my formulas and click OK. That's it. So now we go here and refresh, right? So now you can see here the measure, right? Since my million parameter value is 1, because I don't want to show in a million format. Now if I change this to yes, see the mask. See, your measure value is changed to the million format, right? It's so handy, right? So you don't need to struggle a lot, and by creating this simple hard-coded calculated dimension, you can achieve this scenario, right? So this is how I completed my requirement and deployed this solution. Hope this video is helpful. If you feel that video is helpful and you're learning new, so please hit a like button and support my work. So that's all for now. I'll see you in the next video.